What's up guys, today's video is on the top 5 best pasta drying racks.
Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that will meet the needs of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started.
Starting at number 5, we have the Ourokhome Collapsible Pasta Drying Rack. When it comes to pasta drying racks, there's not a heck of a lot of correlation between cost and quality. Case in point, this model, which was the second cheapest we tested but nonetheless our favorite. It folds out from a compact cylinder into a tall rack with plenty of room to hold pasta. Its arms sit almost a foot above the counter if you need to accommodate extra long noodles, and there are 10 of them arranged in a spoke shape that can hold a pretty huge batch. We didn't have any problems with noodles sticking, and cleaning the Ourokhome is as simple as a wipe with a cloth or sponge. But the best part is how stable it is. The extendable legs have suction cup-like caps on the ends that hold the rack firmly in place, even on a wet counter. Moving on at number 4, we have the Sänger wooden pasta dryer. Racks made of plastic and wood work equally well to hold and dry noodles in our testing, so the choice of material is more about aesthetics than anything else. Sänger's Beechwood rack has a lovely rustic look, but it also offers the advantage of a huge capacity. Its 16 arms wrap around the central post in a helix pattern that makes room for more pasta than any other model on this list. The base is a 7.5-inch square, which means that it's tough to knock the rack over, even if you're trying. The Sänger's impressive capacity does take up a lot of counter space when fully assembled. However, the arms extend out almost a foot in either direction. This dryer can be fully disassembled. All the arms pull out of the central post, and the post itself pulls out of the base. That lets you move pasta from rack to pot quickly and securely, and it shrinks the thing way down for storage, though you will have to keep track of all the separate pieces. We couldn't find much to complain about with this rack, but it's also one of the more expensive ones we tried. On the other hand, even a luxury pasta drying rack isn't a major investment. At number 3, we have the Eppicotispai Beechwood Stackable Food Dryer. This Italian-made rack has a strikingly different design from any of the others we tested, and it's the only one you can use for drying short, shaped, or filled pasta like gnocchi, macaroni, and ravioli. It's also great for air-drying herbs, vegetables, or fruit, and you can buy more than one and stack them up if you need more room. The link above is for a single rack, but you can buy a pair or 4 at a time and get a bulk discount. The Beechwood frame of this rack holds a BPA-free, food-safe plastic mesh with gaps large enough to allow plenty of air circulation and easy cleaning. 1 Food and Drug Administration. Bisphenol A, BPA, use in food contact application. None of our test noodles stuck in the least, and a simple wipe with a dry cloth was enough to remove any flour or dough bits that were left behind. The Eppicotispai rack can dry long pasta, too, though it's more of a pain to lay out each noodle individually rather than set a handful at once on a coat rack style dryer. There's also a limit on how long you can make your spaghetti and fettuccine. The rack is 19 inches across. At number 2, we have the Kitchendao Collapsible Pasta Drying Rack. It's honestly impressive how easy it is to set up this rack and then flip the arms and legs back into the tube that serves as central column and storage space. It's kind of fun. The Kitchendao is a bit smaller in capacity than the others on this list, but we love that its 8 arms can rotate. As each arm fills up, you can just give it a little nudge to spin an empty one into place, without having to change positions on your workspace. This rack's 3 small feet have rubber tips to help hold it in place, though they weren't enough to completely prevent wobbling in testing. It never tipped over, but we did feel like we had to be especially careful not to knock the Kitchendao and to load noodles evenly from arm to arm so it didn't get unbalanced. And finally at number 1, we have the Kitchendao Pasta Drying Rack. It's good to have a steady hand when loading and unloading a pasta drying rack. It's easy to bump into an arm and watch several partially dried noodles crack and fall off. As seasoned culinary professionals, we're ashamed to admit that this happened occasionally even in our lab testing. but the Cucina Pro had the least breakage of any model on this list. That's thanks to its clever design, with an extremely stable and heavy-duty rack topped by a dozen removable dowels. You can bring the dowel to you to put the noodles on, then place it back into its notch, and then do the reverse when drying is complete. If you're a beginner, or you just don't want to have to tiptoe around your pasta so much, it's a good choice.
Thanks for watching, and that's all for now. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time.